What is he doing? Digging over here, so close to the shore, he's gonna fall. Welcome back to Captain of Industry Update 2. We've already done some great progress in the previous episodes, so don't hesitate to check them out in the video description below. In particular, we even started to make over here parts level 2, construction parts level 2. We have also built a bridge to get to this second island. Now the problem with this second island is you can see it is not flat at all. And so we're gonna need to do something about this. The other element is actually this island over there, it has level 3. Now level 3 is great, but actually you can also survive at level 2. So that's a bit what I'm doing over here, where, you know, there are places where we're gonna need to dump things, like over here, you know, we're dumping, like this one is going to dump somewhere over here, it seems. It says watch him dump. So when it's below number 2, it's going to dump it. But at the same time, there are places, and initially, you know, when I made the bridge, I just went at level 3 to be the same level right here. But you don't really need to, because especially now over here, if I need to go to level 3, that means I need to do quite a lot, versus if I need to go to level 2, it's a bit less. And also by digging over here, what's at level 3, that gives me soil to put over here, right? So we're gonna try to bring basically this whole island at level 2. Give us some space, you know, to start building more things. In particular, I think we may build sort of a gigantic factory over here in the future. I think that seems like a good one. We may also want to start not too long, you know, another bridge, maybe more this side. More importantly, you know, the good thing is we have now more potatoes, we're back to a nice level, but we're gonna need more workers, which means we're gonna need more people. And to be honest, yeah, no, I think that's fine. Our people can still go there, but that will require more food too, right? So let's unpause this, but let's also upgrade this into an irrigated farm. All right, we're gonna use a bit of Unity. I don't have that much actually right now, but just to get us started. And I do have big plans, by the way, in this episode to also show you things like transport lift and surfaces. We will continue to press F3 to go into our quick trade and, you know, buy from time to time a bit of concrete and bricks. But here it is, this farm is almost built. Let's give it a second, maybe accelerate the time to do that. And here, so it is basically the same, except you can see those irrigations over here, and that is what you can see there, right? There's a bit of a reservoir for this water. There's also another one for fertilizer. We can't do that yet, but we can do the water. We can do the same on this one, but before, let me show you. I mean, those two fields are basically the same, right? They have basically the same fertility, etc. This one is going to be 9.2. This one is also going to be 9.2. So you may be wondering, why did I even do this? Well, this is only 9.2 if you have enough water. And right now, this one only relies on rain. If there is rain, then great. If there's no rain, then all of the production will basically disappear. Versus with this one, you can have sort of a constant water production or consumption, if you wish, with this irrigation tank. So that's what you know, we want to do. We're going to build therefore one of these over here, right there. And by the way, you can also see the sort of consumption. It's assumed that we're going to need around 36 of water. Now again, there will be some rain, so maybe some of it will be used with rain, but some of it will need to come from somewhere else. And now you're seeing exactly what I just said, right? That we were estimated to get, let's see, 45, but now, because there's no water, the potatoes are dying, basically. Not great. So let's also upgrade this one. And then we can have the pipe. Okay. Here. So we're gonna have... Oh, there is a tree in the way. Okay, we can go around for now. And let's do the same here. Done. Unpause. And unpause this one too. This is taking a couple of people and electricity, but not that much compared to sort of food security. That's more important. So here we are. That's a good one. We can take this one out. Maybe we can talk about this later. Now, Let me show you this one. That's an important one. We did got a couple of new things like the pipe balancer, etc., and the lifts. But more importantly, what I want to show you is a new thing with update 2. Before, we could only put them on the ground like this, right? Now, if I take one and I press E, I can put it on top. Like I can put it, you know, sort of upstairs. So with this, you don't have to go up and down anytime you want to do those type of things. So that's a really important one. And the lift, you know, will work very well with those type of things, of course. Because I'm going to do this, press E, and then you can see it's going to be connected, right? So that's what those lifts are. You can go pretty high. No, this is too high. And even for those lifts, by the way, you can click one time and then press E to make them go high. But what you can also do is actually press E before clicking left clicked to make them high. No, that's too high, sorry, this one. So you can do pretty interesting things like this. It can go quite high, right? That's going to be important in particular when we have underground mines. I think we're not going to build that right away, but I did want to show it to you while we just unlocked it now. So that's done, and then the custom surfaces, you're going to find them over here. We don't have all of them unlocked, but we have a couple over here, and they're going to cost some resources. For example, this one is 1 concrete slab, this one is 1 bricks, etc. There's even one that is gold if you are a supporter. And last but not least, you're able to paint with many different color and many different symbols and numbers. So with this, we're going to be able to create roads and things like this. It's not real roads, but it is going to impact your gameplay because the vehicle maintenance on those surfaces will be decreased. So that's pretty cool. I'm not going to build that right away, but did want you to once again show them to you, make sure you knew about them. So that is good. Now concrete, we're going to want to start concrete for sure pretty soon. Unfortunately for concrete, we need limestone. So that's a new resource. Let's check where it is. The good thing is we do have some on this island there, right? There is some over here and some there, right? So we have some, and it's actually not that hard to access this one, at least. A bit harder to access the one over there or a bit further. So we will start this pretty soon. But first, I do want to continue making this a bit more flat, to be honest. How is it going? So here we are, basically, you know, close to level 2. That's good, we're making progress. No, wait, this is bad, because now there's people dumping here. My bad. Now on the other hand, doing what I described is not so easy, because sometimes you need to mine, sometimes you need to dump. So one of the tools we had was M, mining designation. That means going to mine everything that is, you know, above a certain level, in this case above 2. Then we have another, which is Z, dumping designation, right? It's going to dump to get to a certain level. For example, over here, I'm dumping to get to level 2. But you couldn't really do it in a sort of very dynamic way everywhere. Now that has changed because I just unlocked over here in the research, terrain leveling. So this is now this one over here, N. With this one, I can say, you know, I want 2 everywhere. And so what's going to happen is that it's going to combine both, right? That means over here it's going to dig, over here it's going to dump. Over here it's dumping, over here it's digging, right? So that is really cool to have this. And I also like that you have to research it. You know, you can't do it right away. That's a pretty cool concept. Ooh, I'm seeing that I'm very low on electronics. Let's check what's happening. So we have enough of both. We're getting low on copper. We finally sort of used all of the copper because we still didn't restart this. What is happening here? We have too much coal. Okay. That's fine. It's like a good problem to have almost. So let's start using actually those lifts, right? We're gonna want the loose one, right? And this loose one will connect in here and we'll go somewhere, right? Level 1, 2, or 3. In this case, I think level 1 is enough, so we're gonna do this. So let's stay at level 1 over here, right, like this. Now you press F to change the input versus output, so this is going to work. F, that's not going to work, right? So it's going to connect directly, perfect. And then I need one here too, which I need to press F. and done. Yeah, I think that's pretty perfect. This one we don't need. Let's delete. Don't think I made any mistake. Let's build it and just check it out. We're very low on iron. It's probably time to restart the iron. I put my iron, excavators over here. I don't have enough yet to build a new one. So let's just take one out over here. Or maybe wait. No, yeah, we can do that. So 1 and 1. Let's go. We do have a lot of coal. I think this is fine. So let's check it out. Right, yeah, we have the coal coming, no problem. Coal coming, no problem, perfect. So now we're starting to get into nice optimization of space, right? You just need 2 tiles regardless of the distance. So that's gonna be even better when we have buildings with even more inputs or outputs. Okay, a couple of minutes later and we have done 2 more research. If you look over here, we have done the vegetable farming and edicts. We had already a couple of edicts, right, policies, but now we have more. As you can see, there is more than before. So that's interesting. And the other thing is, as I said, vegetable. In the past, we only had potatoes. Now we have the choice to make vegetables. So the key thing to look at is, right, we were making 9.2, right? Now, if I put this one over here, this is 5.5 or 5.4, sorry, of potatoes, so obviously less, but also 5.6 of vegetables. If I put only, one of these, this is only 7.2. So it is definitely a lot better to have, multiculture. This is actually helping with your fertility equilibrium, like in real life, to be honest. So we're gonna do this definitely, right? We're gonna put some vegetables and some potatoes. Then we will need another market over here. So, oops, sorry. Let's copy it. Let's put it one there. And we're gonna put here vegetables. When we start giving vegetables, we're gonna get more unity. We're also going to change a bit the consumption of our people, right? Right now, you can see, for example, this is 10.3. I'll show, now it's gonna take a moment for us to get some vegetables. So I can't show you right away, but as soon as we get it, I will show you that, we're getting definitely a different amount, even if my population is not gonna change. I'm not gonna change my population right now. So this is vegetables. So right now, again, we are 10.3, right? 10.3, and we're only getting 15 of unity. We can see it also over here, right? My food is 1.15. So look at this, a couple of vegetables have been delivered, not a lot. So let me actually pause to make sure that it doesn't disappear. But now, because we are delivering 2 different things, the consumption of potatoes actually has decreased, right? It's basically divided by 2. Because now we're giving potatoes and vitamins. So this is great, right? That means we need less potatoes. I did make a full video on this in the previous season. Don't hesitate to tell me if you have any questions on it. But basically, yes, try to give as many food as you can because it reduces the consumption of each of them. And on top of it, we're gonna get more unity. We were at 1.1, now we're at 1.35. So definitely better, don't you agree? And on top of this, remember the fact that I said it was better to have potatoes and vegetables in the same farm rather than having one for potato, one for vegetables. Now, last thing I want to show you in this episode is I've created the first blueprint for this season. We're going to go in here into blueprint. I have, by the way, all of my update 1 blueprints. They're still available. They're still on my Discord community, but now we're going to start the update 2. So in the furnaces, right, this is going to be the first one. Let's select everything. And now we can say this is copper level 1. Right? Can give it a better name in the future. It shows us what we have. We have 2 blast furnaces, right? We have 4 of those metal caster. That's the name, right? Yes. And 2 copper electrolysis. We have 1 storage for the final product, 3 loose storage for input and output, and we have 2 lifts. So this is what you can see over here, right? We have the coal and the iron ore, no, not iron ore, sorry, that's copper ore. That's going to go over here. We're taking advantage now of those lifts, like I did for iron. It goes into it, right? It's gonna go over here. We're going to have the smokes that's going to go over there. We're going to have the output of slag that's going to be going there, right? Goes to level 1 and then back to level 0. And then on the outside, we have actually the molten, right? So this is making 24. So we have 12 here, 12 here, 12 here, 12 here, right? And then in the middle, it's getting merged because basically we're making 12 times 4, so that's 48. That's fine for a belt level 1 that can take 60, right? So it goes here, then it's going to be split again into those two, 24 for this one, 24 for that one. And we also need a bit of water. It's only actually 12, right? 6 times 2. So this is going to be totally fine. It's actually overkill. And then on the outside, right, it perfectly goes into this unit storage to make copper. So it is, ladies and gentlemen, first blueprint. Now, obviously, I will share all of those blueprints with you on my Discord community. I think, though, what we'll do is I'll wait to have, you know, maybe 10 or so, and then I'll share all of them at once in sort of those batches like this. But do tell me in the comments below if you prefer otherwise. And I think that's a good end to this episode. We'll continue to make progress. We have more population, 2 types of food now. We are belting more and more, and in particular, you know, I'm gonna start building this one, delete this one. We're starting over here to really dig and make it more kind of the same level everywhere, right? Starts to get level 2, but there's still quite a bit of work to be done. We have also cut a lot of those trees here. I want to get into this coal mountain, and then we can use limestone and coal to make concrete, so that can be our next sort of big base. And I think what we'll do is probably, you know, similar a bit to Paris. We're gonna put a lot of population here. And on the other hand, you know, we can maybe put a lot of the industries here and maybe a lot of the farms there. I don't know. Tell me in the comments below what you think. Smash the like button, and I hope to see you next time.